close to what Zika was asking for. Tempo Storm versus Skill Cap Red.
Yeah, and Skill Cap Red, they're going to be playing that Holy Priest Zuniaki once again. We'll have to see if he can make work of that stun, immediately putting a stun into a mind control onto Nixie, slowing him down. He's not going to be able to build up that buff. Meanwhile, Adam, Rex, and Cassidy can get very aggressive onto Jamie as Poiki gets put into the full trap into the bursting shot.
Yeah, and we can see Jamie just positioned at the pillar to line of sight the Hunter, and I think the Holy Priest is a good pickup against an Elemental Shaman who has to put Flame Shock on multiple targets. That guarantees that Prayer of Mending is going to be bouncing the whole game, and that's the most healing spell that Holy Priests have. So it's actually an interesting decision by Zuniaki overall to try and overcome into a late game potentially. Looks like they're trying to swap to Zuniaki into this stun, but as a Holy Priest, he has Fade. He's actually opting to use a Guardian Angel and trigger it into a Fade. That's going to allow him to recover. That was a bit surprising, the amount of damage onto him. I wasn't expecting to get both of those cooldowns from that swap, and now Cassidy is on the back foot, and Tempo Storm are still dishing out a ton of pain.
Zuniaki's going to be very susceptible to those swaps. He's not a Discipline Priest, so he doesn't have that physical damage reduction, like the Discipline Priest has. So Nixie's going to be able to put much more pressure on him. Cassidy taking a bunch of damage as well, has no trinket, no survival instincts left. Stun over onto Adam Rex, and Skill Cap Red's falling further and further behind. This is looking super good for Tempo Storm.
Yeah, Adam Rex is starting to recover there. Zuniaki positioned very far away as Nixie and Jamie are still just rotting down. I can imagine that Adam Rex wants to land a trap as soon as possible on him and Poike. Cassidy's still just taking so much damage. They're going to force the Ray of Hope from Zuniaki, which will allow Cassidy to easily recover. Nixie's going after Adam Rex right now. He's looking for a roll to bones. He's looking to try and get a 6 buff if he's lucky. Doesn't look like he's able to get too much going just yet. Now he's moving his way towards Zuniaki. Harpoon's over, lands a stun. I'd really like to see maybe a trinket here. I guess Zuniaki's afraid of getting blinded and then swap later, but because he doesn't trinket these stuns, he takes a whole big risk. Pain suppression used right before that freezing trap landed. That's allowing Jamie to tank it out, but Nixie is rotting down and the pressure is finally sinking in as Skill Capped Red start to get a lead, but there's the blind attempt. That's what Zuniaki was saving his trinket for, and because he can trinket out, he was able to life grip Cassidy back behind the pillar, so it was good awareness from Zuniaki, knowing that Cassidy had no trinket, so Zuniaki needed to save his for blind to save Cassidy later on. But in the meantime, they're swapping to Adam Rex, who got caught in the center of the map. Zuniaki is able to save him. Apotheosis has been popped. It's going to increase his healing and allow him to build up a lot of Chastise stuns. I think I would like to see more mind controls. I guess Jamie can just purge it, but in general, Zuniaki not really crowd controlling a lot, and the other team is getting free reign. Gouge now security. Cassidy is getting destroyed in this stun. Big heal in the last seconds from Zuniaki to save Cassidy, but now immediately bursted right back down, and Adam Rex has to trade out the aspect of the turtle. His pet even died, and Jamie just unleashed a ton of damage in that pull.
Yeah, Zuniaki's having a difficult time healing through this pressure on the Holy Priest. He still has the Fade available, but he gets stunned up. If Jamie can get any connected damage here, it could be scary, but Jamie having to play very defensive in this situation. Cassidy and Adam Rex, they're going to be charging in, looking for that CC onto Poike, so they can eventually take down Jamie. Stun onto Cassidy, but he's going to be completely fine as Zuniaki spams out those heals. Nice little mind control coming in from Poike, avoiding some of that Ray healing that Zuniaki was looking for, but Adam Rex getting lower and lower, caught into the cheap shot. This is actually his true shot aura, so he's trying to put out big pressure with that offensive cooldown, but Jamie's just going to be line of sighting with Poike. We've seen this has been a theme for Tempo Storm. Jamie and Poike basically just holding hands behind the pillar as Nixie's in the middle of the map, trying to set up these swaps.
Yeah, Cassidy is the primary target for now. Zuniaki lining up heals, gets Windshirt on it. I'm not sure if they have enough damage to really capitalize on it. We see Stormkeeper being channeled as Cassidy is forced to run away. Run, kitty, run there for a moment because he was taking a ton of damage. Zuniaki getting bursted down a bit. I'm wondering if he's playing Vim. I can imagine that he is, so if Jamie can toss that off every once in a while, it would definitely get them a little bit of an edge. Mana is going to be in favor of the Holy Priest, and I think that's what they're trying to do, is just extend this until Poike runs out of mana. He's caught into a stun. Gouge to deny the freezing trap potentially. No, it was already in the air. Jamie's already behind the pillar, though, taking no damage. They swap to Zuniaki. Surprise attack. Do they have another stun? Yes, they do, and they could easily find the kill here. He doesn't trinket in time, and Zuniaki gets bursted down by Tempo Storm in game 1.
I do want to commend Zuniaki for kind of being an innovator, bringing this Holy Priest, been kind of moving around, being an expert of all those specs, but does the Holy Priest actually seem right here? Because on paper, we were talking about it, and there seemed like some pretty strong reasons for going down that line, but we just see a crazy amount of pressure Zika onto Zuniaki throughout the entirety of that first game.
I feel like the Holy Priest wants...
Really didn't see much of in season number 1. Or is Tempo Storm going to be able to get on match point? Open the gates.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the gates have opened. Will Skill Cap Red versus Tempo Storm go in favor of Zuniaki, former teammate of Minpoike, now going head-to-head in a Discipline Priest showdown, which is definitely interesting just to even see. In principle, Adam Rex is the primary target for now. Zuniaki gets stunned up. They could easily swap to him as well. Nixie's gunning him down, looking for an early kill. Pain Suppression gets traded out to deny the kill, and even as Discipline, Zuniaki dips dangerously low, now gets gouged up on his Archangel. In the meantime, though, Adam Rex has secured a trap on Minpoike. Jamie is getting gunned down. He's hiding behind that tombstone. Pain Suppression was used onto Jamie. Now Fear has been secured. This could be the Astral Shift as well. Nixie peels Adam Rex away. He trinkets aggressively to gun down Jamie. A full maim stun now on Minpoike. Jamie dipping low. He's trying to play it greedy. He's trying to get away with it. Rapture now popped. He should be able to survive. Stormkeeper getting denied there. Really well done. That could have been a lot of burst being thrown back into the face of Cassidy. Zuniaki getting stunned up. They're going to swap to him with a double Fear. Great play. Lights Wrath. Tons of damage following up onto Zuniaki, and he can easily just go down. And even as Discipline Priest not able to survive the swaps, Tempo Storm are relentless.
There was such a key moment in that game, and I'm sure we'll talk about it, but
I'm sure we'll see it too. That's probably one of those games that we get the full replay.
They forced a Pain Suppression from Zuniaki, and very smartly Nixie's like, okay, we got the Pain Suppression.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead, get the double Fear. Zuniaki gets stunned. Jamie casting those lava bursts, Lights Wrath, restun. Zuniaki trinkets, dies to the Earth Shard.
Tempo Storm versus Skill Cap Red, last match of the day. This one can decide it. Game 3. Will Tempo Storm be able to bring the perfect storm of the 3-0?
And we'll have to see. Nixie's been doing a good job in this matchup so far, creating tons of pressure, taking down Zuniaki in that last one. We want to see Zuniaki do a little bit better job with his cooldown rotation, while also getting on top of Minpoike for those fears, get those offensive dispels on Jamie, and really help out Adam Rex and Cassidy with that damage.
Looks like Tempo Storm are going to go to the bottom pillar, as we saw XRB to the Moon do as well, so they can line of sight the Hunter on this pillar. They don't get the Z-axis advantage, but they're mainly using Thunderstorm to goalie out Zuniaki and prevent him from getting fears. Cassidy getting stunned up early on, but no real pressure resulting from it. We can see Minpoike caught into a Wyvern Sting as Nixie triggered out of the stun and immediately used Riposte. He could be a viable kill target now for Cassidy's Berserk moving forward. Jamie is rotting down, and Minpoike has to make a decision. Does he Rapture? He's caught into the stun. It would be a free Rapture out of this trap to immediately top his team. There's the Berserk. Jamie getting tons of damage tossed his way, barely surviving with Pain Suppression now traded out, but Minpoike might overcommit. He's still hanging on to Rapture, which is usually what you pair with Archangel. Now he's only got that as a standalone cooldown. Cassidy getting pressured as he's trying to push in. Zuniaki's playing very far back. I guess he's terrified of being swapped to, but Cassidy is just getting destroyed. There's so much damage constantly being tossed at him. Now he has to make the decision. Does he push in or does he pull back? Zuniaki's got Rapture. He's starting to move forward, squeaking closer and closer to that pillar, but Minpoike might even fear him back. We see a stun. Can they land the trap? They need to get it. No, Zuniaki actually gets feared away, and Cassidy could be in a lot of trouble here, Ven.
Yeah, Cassidy's running away from Nixie. He actually leaps up there, but jumps immediately back down. Zuniaki gets swapped to. Good pressure out on him. Bursting shot into Wyvern Sting on him in Minpoike. Can they find pressure on Nixie or Jamie? I'm not sure. Skill Cap Red playing a little bit defensive in this situation. Stun over onto Cassidy. He trinkets out. Doesn't want to get rotted down too hard in the situation. Zuniaki getting low. He needs to get that Vim back up if he is playing it to increase his healing on his teammates. But Adam Rex gets swapped to. Nixie all over the place. Playing this Outlaw specialization very well, I must say.
Oh, Adam Rex is just getting soloed by Jamie on the ramp. Tons of damage onto Adam Rex. He's barely staying alive. Archangel for Zuniaki. He needs to pump out some big Shadow Mends, but now he's caught into a stun. Adam Rex is still low. If Nixie jumps up to him, he could be in trouble. Looks like he's trying to get ready for that. Adam Rex is just repositioned at the top to line of sight with the pillar on the bridge. He's trying to keep as much distance as possible. Gouge onto Zuniaki. Cassidy, pre-survival instincts. He expects the stun, sees it coming, gets the defensive cooldown activated. That was a nice read, but it might not last long enough to survive. They silence up Jamie to deny the kill. Life grip Cassidy back up on top. They're trying to bait Nixie and Jamie into the open field for Adam Rex to tee off, and Jamie and Nixie are not falling for that bait. They're immediately retreating back to the defensive position at the bottom of the bridge.
Yep, Plunder Armor still going to be available for Nixie. That was a nice little interesting battle of both teams trying to keep their Priest out of CC so they could land that fear. Ultimately, Minpoike won that battle, able to get that full fear onto Zuniaki, but now stun onto Zuniaki as well. Adam Rex still getting low as Nixie lands a full blind over onto Zuniaki. He immediately trinkets out of that into a full gouge. So nice CC coming in from Nixie. Minpoike gets the mind control. He's going to be throwing Cassidy off the bridge. Nixie having to run away. I guess he just jumped off there, trying to reconnect to his target, putting a little pressure out onto Adam Rex. Nice little gouge. Now Cassidy's in a good spot. He has survival instincts, but no trinket. You get a full stun on him with the Plunder Armor.
That was a trap thrown there from Adam Rex. I was wondering if he's trying. It was just a slow trap. Cassidy getting pressured back with a huge Earthshock crit. Jamie down on half HP. Both these teams, it's still anyone's match. Nixie rotting down, Jamie rotting down. No trinket for Zuniaki as he's caught into a full stun. Who's going to fall? Looks like they might even be switching to Zuniaki. Now into the gouge. Nixie's going to switch his attention back. Cassidy's gunning down Jamie. That's an astral shift. I don't think they have enough damage to punch through it. Now Adam Rex caught into a stun. Zuniaki needs to make a decision. He's going to use Rapture. He's trying to get his team aggressive with the spam powered shield. Gouge on the disengage. Nice play from Nixie. That's going to hold Adam Rex in place. Jamie trying to recover here behind the pillar as it's still anyone's game.
Yeah, Jamie could be in a lot of trouble very shortly. True Shot or as well as that Berserk going to be available for skill cap red. If they can get one CC chain on him in Poike, he's playing relentless. He has no trinket. Jamie, no astral shift. Bash over on him in Poike. He's able to get out of that with a human racial. Nice double fear coming in from Poike as well, slowing down the entire team of skill cap red. Jamie, though, still in so much trouble. Now Poike into the full trap. Jamie's just out of line of sight, though. He's able to just toss heals on himself. Temple Storm has too much counter pressure for skill cap red, really to push in and commit to this final kill onto Jamie.
All right, Nixie got trinket from Zuniaki and trinket from Cassidy. That's going to put skill cap red on the back foot for the rest of this fight. Poike has Rapture running. He wants to get his team aggressive. Cassidy is still low. The next stun onto Zuniaki could spell curtains if he trinkets into a full blind for Cassidy. So there's definitely a big win condition right now for Tempo Storm with the impending blind. Zuniaki caught into the stun. They're trying to bait a trinket. He can't afford to do it. Cassidy peels Nixie away. Great play, but now Cassidy is speared away. They're still trying to gun down Zuniaki and bait out a pain suppression. Doesn't look like they're able to find it. Zuniaki's finally on top of him. Poike lands a full fear with a bash crowd control. Jamie, he trinkets. He's trying to jump off the side. Poike into the Wyvern. Another stun onto Jamie. They're chasing him down. Defensive blind was forced onto the Hunter here from Nixie as they're desperately trying to buy as much time as possible.
Yeah, not a bad play at all for Nixie to keep Jamie alive in that situation. Cassidy's still low. He doesn't have enough HP to really push in and try to finish off Jamie. Temple Storm's not in a bad spot here. Adam Rex getting caught into a stun. Zuniaki, his mana a little bit ahead of Poike at this point. You know, we've just kicked into dampening. Cassidy still taking a fair bit of damage. Temple Storm just trying to compose themselves. And you can see Poike and Jamie once again on top of each other, just using this pillar to line of sight, basically baiting Adam Rex and Cassidy behind the pillar into those stuns so Jamie can tee off on them with that elemental shaman.
Yeah, Adam Rex has a trap available, so Jamie and Poike need to just basically hug each other to try and make sure that freezing trap goes on Jamie instead. Adam Rex caught into a stun, ton of damage. He trinkets out. He's looking for a Wyvern Sting. He doesn't want to end up missing his trap, so Wyvern Sting doesn't need to be aimed. He can just land that right after casting. Now they need damage. They need to force an astral shift with this crowd control chain or outright kill Jamie. Do they have the damage to do it? It doesn't look like they do, and now Zuniaki's caught into a stun as they could potentially switch to him. They're looking to bait a pain suppression or a trinket. Zuniaki's playing it greedy. He's made this mistake in every defeat, trying to be greedy and getting stunned and bursted down, so this is a very risky decision as Adam Rex now gets swapped over too. He's caught into a stun. A Rapture Archangel combo together. Zuniaki's trying to get aggressive. He lands a full fear. Once again, they need to try and get astral shift, but they're not finding it. Just not enough damage. Adam Rex moves over to Poike. He's looking for a bursting shot into a full trap, but Zuni just gonna go down. The damage from this outlaw elemental shaman seems to just be crushing skill cap red, and this composition seems to be like the new flavor of the month here for this new summer season, and Tempo Storm stay alive in the tournament.
Flavor of the month against flavor of the month, but ultimately Zuniaki ends up being that pressure point once again in this match.